Hello, dear friends. Every single day across the globe, approximately 10,000 people pass away from cardiovascular diseases. Every single day. While you're listening to these words right now, someone's life has just ended because of heart or vessel issues. The astonishing part? A humble ingredient sitting in nearly every kitchen can slash that risk by 30 to 40%. That ingredient is garlic. Yet the vast majority, around 90% of people, consume it incorrectly, repeating the exact same error. Instead of gaining powerful health benefits, they irritate their stomach and get virtually no therapeutic effect. Today I'm going to walk you through 3 distinct ways to use garlic. Which method produces the strongest results? The answer will probably surprise you. By the time we finish, you'll have crystal clear knowledge on how to extract garlic's maximum potential for your heart, arteries, blood pressure, immunity, and overall well-being, without digestive upset, lingering odor, or wasted effort. Remember this one word, allicin. It's the key compound that transforms ordinary garlic into a natural antibiotic capable of destroying bacteria, viruses, and even fungi. But allicin is extremely sensitive. It forms only under precise conditions and disappears completely if you make even one tiny mistake. I'll reveal exactly what that mistake is very soon. First, let's establish the fundamentals. Why do experts call garlic a natural antibiotic? This isn't marketing fluff. According to a landmark 2012 study from the University of Washington, garlic can eliminate certain bacteria up to 100 times more effectively than 2 widely used antibiotics. 100 times stronger. Picture that ordinary bulb in your pantry outperforming prescription drugs. The World Health Organization officially includes garlic in its list of the world's most valuable medicinal plants. Not merely a seasoning, but a genuine therapeutic agent recognized globally. Let me explain its action in plain language. Imagine an aging water pipe coated inside with rust and scale. Water pressure drops, flow weakens, the pipe groans under strain. That's exactly what happens to our blood vessels as years pass. Cholesterol plaques build up, narrowing the channels, forcing the heart to pump harder, elevating blood pressure. Most of you have heard the diagnosis, atherosclerosis. It simply means your pipes are clogged. Here allicin steps in like a powerful internal cleaner. It softens and breaks down those deposits, relaxes and widens the vessels, restores smooth blood flow, and naturally brings pressure down. The Russian Cardiology Association reports that consistent garlic consumption can reduce systolic and diastolic readings by 10 to 15 millimeters of mercury without any medication. But, and this is crucial, not every form of garlic delivers these effects, and the way you prepare and eat it makes all the difference. Pause for a moment and recall how you normally consume garlic. Do you chop it into soup, sauté it with meat, swallow cloves whole to dodge the smell? Keep that answer in mind. You'll soon discover whether your habit is helping or harming you. Many people notice that boiled garlic has almost no pungent odor and think, perfect. I can add it to soup for flavor and health benefits without anyone noticing the smell. That's one of the most common and costly misconceptions. Why? Because allicin is destroyed irreversibly at temperatures above 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The instant you toss chopped garlic into boiling broth, its medicinal properties evaporate. What remains is pleasant taste and aroma, nothing more. It becomes a mere seasoning. The same holds true for fried garlic. Beautiful golden edges and wonderful smell, but the healing compounds are gone. Professor Viktor Tudolyan of Russia's Institute of Nutrition has emphasized repeatedly in his research that heat processing eliminates up to 90% of garlic's bioactive substances. It's equivalent to purchasing an expensive drug and then boiling it before swallowing. Total waste. So here's our first important summary. Garlic functions as a true natural antibiotic primarily because of allicin, far more potent than several pharmaceutical options. Any form of cooking, boiling, frying, baking, destroys allicin, rendering the garlic useless for health purposes. It's just flavor at that point. Preparation and consumption method are decisive, and that's exactly what we're about to explore in detail. Method 1. Swallowing a whole clove without chewing. A large number of people steer clear of raw garlic because they fear stomach irritation. I have gastritis. It causes heartburn. It burns too much. I completely understand. Chewed raw garlic can indeed be harsh on the mucous membranes. However, Swallowing the clove intact flips the script entirely. The unbroken clove behaves like a timed-release capsule. Its outer skin protects the contents as it travels through the acidic stomach environment almost untouched. The primary release and activation of allicin occur later, in the more neutral/alkaline intestines. Think of mailing an important package. It endures rough transport, bumps, and delays, but the contents arrive safely and open only at the final destination. The stomach is merely transit. The intestines are where the real work begins. Who benefits most from this approach? Individuals with sensitive digestion, gastritis, reflux, or discomfort after spicy foods. No direct mucosal contact equals far less irritation. People who cannot tolerate the sharp, burning taste, they simply swallow it like a pill. Those worried about social odor, since no crushing happens in the mouth, far fewer sulfur volatiles are released initially. Data from leading gastroenterology research institutes indicate this technique reduces stomach lining irritation by roughly 70% compared to chewing. Step-by-step instructions. Select one fresh, medium-sized clove from a healthy head. No mold, dark spots, or softness. Peel gently without crushing or slicing. Prepare a glass of warm water, is almost equal to 40 degrees C/86 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Neither hot nor icy. Place the clove on your tongue, swallow it whole like a tablet, and wash it down with the water. The entire process takes about 10 seconds. Optimal timing: right after waking, on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before breakfast. Absorption into the bloodstream is fastest when the stomach is empty. Now place your palm just below your navel. That's the home of trillions of microorganisms, your gut microbiome, which influences immunity, mood, energy, even body weight. A whole swallowed clove delivers targeted antimicrobial action. It selectively suppresses harmful pathogens while supporting beneficial bacteria, reduces gut inflammation, and improves overall digestion. This is especially valuable for people dealing with IBS symptoms, bloating, gas, or sluggish bowels after meals. Published studies in gastroenterology journals show regular use of this method decreases such complaints by 40 to 50% in the majority of patients. Maria, 67, name changed for privacy, visited me 2 months earlier complaining of bloating after every meal, abdominal heaviness, profound fatigue despite 8 hours of sleep, and persistent low mood. Lab work confirmed dysbiosis, imbalanced gut flora. Rather than prescribing a cocktail of probiotics, enzymes, and drugs, I recommended a simple trial. 1 whole clove swallowed with warm water every morning on an empty stomach, no exceptions. She was doubtful. Doctor, that's way too basic. Can plain garlic really fix what medications haven't? I said, give it 3 weeks. If nothing changes, we'll pivot. 3 weeks later, she returned transformed. Bloating almost eliminated, stomach felt light. Energy noticeably higher. She even resumed evening walks she hadn't done in years. Mood lifted dramatically. Doctor, I can't remember feeling this good. It's like I regained a decade of life. And no pills, just properly used garlic. Summary from Method 1. Gentle on the stomach, primary action in the intestines, odor-free, ideal for sensitive digestion and microbiome support. Method 2. Chewing raw garlic thoroughly. This method triggers an entirely different, and much more intense, biochemical cascade. The moment your teeth break the clove, cell walls rupture, the enzyme alliinase instantly contacts allicin, and allicin is produced at its absolute peak concentration, significantly higher than from swallowing whole. It's comparable to striking a match. Lying still, it's harmless, but one quick scrape ignites powerful flame. Chewing is that decisive spark that unleashes garlic's full arsenal immediately. Primary benefits target the cardiovascular system. A 2018 Harvard University study demonstrated that the sulfur compounds released by chewing dilate blood vessels within minutes, often 5 to 10 minutes after consumption, lowering pressure, improving flow, and easing the heart's workload. Do you ever experience persistently cold hands or feet despite warm surroundings and thick socks? That's a classic sign of impaired microcirculation, small vessels constricted or partially blocked. Chewed garlic excels at relaxing those tiny vessels, restoring warmth and better peripheral blood supply. Many patients report noticeable improvement within a single week of daily use. Additionally, it provides powerful support to the liver, our primary detoxification organ. Over decades, the liver accumulates fat, toxins, metabolic byproducts, alcohol residues, and more. Garlic activates key detox enzymes, phase 2 pathways, accelerates fat breakdown in hepatocytes, and helps clear backlog. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found regular raw garlic consumption reduced hepatic fat accumulation by 20–30%, particularly helpful for those who occasionally indulge in rich meals or alcohol. Another valuable effect: chewed garlic enhances metabolic efficiency, improves insulin sensitivity, stabilizes blood glucose, and often diminishes cravings for sweets. While not a standalone weight loss solution, it becomes a valuable ally when combined with balanced eating and movement. The obvious drawback is odor, the strong, unmistakable garlic breath that follows chewing. But there are effective countermeasures. Chew a few sprigs of fresh parsley immediately afterward. Chlorophyll neutralizes sulfur compounds. Eat a crisp apple, carrot, or celery stick. Mechanical cleaning plus natural acids break down volatiles. Rinse your mouth with lemon water. Acidity counters the alkaline sulfur notes. Time consumption for evenings after social interactions. Peak odor lasts 2 to 3 hours, diminishes significantly by 6 to 8 hours, and is usually gone by morning. Interestingly, the smell emanates not only from the mouth, but also through the lungs and skin. Clear evidence that active compounds have entered the bloodstream and are circulating systemically, a good sign the garlic is working. Chewing also maximizes exposure to potent antioxidants that protect cells, slow aging processes, and lower cancer risks. Meta-analyses published in Cancer Prevention Research indicate regular raw garlic intake reduces stomach cancer risk by about 50% and colorectal cancer risk by around 30%. Method 2 summary delivers the highest immediate allicin surge, strongest and fastest benefits for vessels, liver, metabolism, and antioxidant protection, accompanied by noticeable but manageable odor. Method 3, the real secret, combining both approaches daily. Most people assume they must choose one method or the other, swallow whole or chew, and stick to it forever. That's a common error. The greatest health impact comes from using both in a strategic daily routine. Morning, swallow one whole clove on an empty stomach. Slow, sustained, gentle release of allicin primarily benefiting the gut, microbiome, and long-term immunity, like a steady intravenous drip. Daytime, lunch or early dinner, crush or finely chop one clove and mix into food. Rapid, high-concentration burst of allicin targeting circulation, blood pressure, liver detox, and metabolism, like a precise, powerful injection. Together, they provide balanced, around-the-clock support without overwhelming the system. Morning focuses on intestinal health and baseline immunity. Afternoon delivers acute vascular and hepatic benefits. Practical schedule. Upon waking, before breakfast, swallow one medium whole clove with a glass of warm water. Wait 30 minutes, then eat normally. Midday meal. Crush or mince one clove. Stir into warm, not hot, salad, vegetables, porridge, soup, after cooking, or simply mix with a spoonful of olive oil. Consume with the meal. Never heat the garlic itself. Evening. Optional small amount if desired, or skip. 2 intakes per day are sufficient for most adults. This routine is incredibly simple, costs almost nothing, takes under a minute daily, and requires no special equipment or pharmacy purchases. You'll likely notice changes in stages. First, digestion improves, less bloating/heaviness. Next, daily energy rises and fatigue decreases. Then blood pressure stabilizes, extremities warm up, mood brightens. Nick, 72, arrived 6 months ago with a long complaint list. Blood pressure fluctuating wildly, 160 to 140 range, perpetually cold legs even in summer, monthly colds, chronic exhaustion, and low spirits. His overall health scored poorly despite no single critical diagnosis. I could have prescribed multiple medications, but instead explained the combined garlic protocol. He was skeptical. "Doctor, this sounds too straightforward. I've relied on pills my whole life." I replied, "Nick, try it for 1 month. You have nothing to lose." 1 month later, pressure down to 135/85, a solid 15 to 25 millimeters of mercury drop, legs finally warm for the first time in years, 0 illnesses that month, unusual for him, and noticeably more vitality. I didn't believe something so simple could make such a difference. I feel 10 years younger. My wife says I even look younger. I'm walking an hour every evening now. I didn't have energy for that before. These stories are not rare. Dozens of patients have experienced similar turnarounds. The true power lies in consistency. One clove once is like one gym visit, minimal impact. A month brings clear differences. 3 months create a new baseline of health. A year transforms how you feel and function. Garlic isn't emergency medicine. It's daily maintenance, like brushing your teeth. You don't brush once a month when cavities hurt. You do it twice daily because the habit works. Important cautions: when to be careful or avoid. Even the best natural remedies have limits. Acute stomach issues, active gastritis flare, open ulcer, severe heartburn, abdominal pain. Avoid raw garlic until the acute phase resolves. Treat the inflammation first. In remission, start with tiny amounts and monitor. Blood-thinning medications, aspirin, warfarin, clopidogrel, etc. Garlic has mild anticoagulant effects. Combined use may increase bleeding risk. Consult your physician before starting. Low blood pressure, hypotension, e.g., 90/60 range. Garlic lowers pressure further. Possible dizziness or weakness. Begin with a quarter clove and observe closely. Plan surgery. Stop garlic completely 7 to 10 days prior. Affects clotting. Resume after full recovery. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. Use only in culinary amounts, not therapeutic doses. May affect uterine tone or milk flavor. Rare allergy, rash, itching, swelling, breathing difficulty. Stop immediately and seek medical help. Children under 3 years. Raw garlic too aggressive for immature digestion. For the large majority of healthy adults, 1 to 2 cloves daily is very safe when used properly. 15 actionable recommendations. Start today. Purchase only fresh, firm garlic heads. No powder, granules, paste, or pre-peeled. Store in a cool, dry place, not the refrigerator. Too much moisture causes sprouting. If new to raw garlic, begin with 1/4 clove and increase gradually over days. Link the habit to an existing routine, e.g., right after morning toothbrushing. Always keep fresh parsley, dill, mint, or an apple nearby to neutralize odor quickly. Avoid combining garlic with dairy products. Casein partially binds allicin, reducing potency. If stomach sensitive, pair with 1 teaspoon olive or other vegetable oil for a protective coating. For very sensitive digestion, take after a small piece of bread or sip of water first. Keep a simple 2-week journal. Date, amount, how you feel, energy, digestion, pressure, mood. Seeing progress motivates continuation. Pair garlic days with light movement. Even 30-minute walks amplify circulation benefits. Include more greens, parsley, spinach, arugula. They boost detox and odor control via chlorophyll. Drink at least 1.5 liters of water daily. Helps flush mobilized toxins. Practice patience. First changes appear in 1 to 2 weeks. Deep transformation takes months. Stay moderate. 1 to 2 cloves per day is optimal. More can irritate or over-thin blood. Share this knowledge with family and friends. Doing it together builds accountability and helps others. Anna, 61, referred by her friend Maria, struggled with chronic fatigue, frequent headaches, and a large daily pill burden for pressure and pain. She adopted the combined protocol. Within 2 months, her medication needs halved. After 6 months, she declared, "Doctor, for the first time in a decade, I feel like a healthy person again, not a patient." Final recap. Garlic's strength comes from allicin, a natural antibiotic dramatically more effective than some drugs. Only raw garlic works. Heat destroys the active compounds. Swallowing whole provides gentle, prolonged gut/immunity support without odor. Chewing unleashes maximum immediate vascular, liver, and metabolic benefits with manageable odor. The optimal strategy is daily combination, whole in the morning plus chopped with midday food. Respect the cautions, start gradually, stay consistent, and you could experience the same life-changing improvements many others have. In the next video, I'll reveal 5 everyday foods that dramatically amplify garlic's effects. 1 is completely unexpected. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. If this information was valuable, please like the video. It helps algorithms show it to more people who need it. Share with parents, grandparents, or anyone concerned about heart health. Comment below, which method will you try first? Swallowing whole, chewing, or the full combination? I read every comment. Remember, age is not a sentence. At 70, you can feel better than you did at 50, at 80 better than at 60. It all comes down to small, consistent daily choices. 1 clove of garlic, a walk, a glass of water, kindness to others. Those little things build a healthier, happier life. Start today, right now. 1 clove is the first step. You've got this. Take good care of yourself and your loved ones. Your health is priceless. Wishing you and your family strength and vitality.